Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201. And today we're going to talk about what is, I think, the third best movie of the year, Avatar Fire and Ash. And we're going to go full spoilers into this movie. And I will be jumping around because it's very hard to remember what happened in a 4-hour movie. And I have seen this movie 3 times now. Okay. I saw it all at the same theater at the Lincoln Center IMAX screening room, right? The first two were for your consideration screeners. This one was the first with like the general audience because I really wanted to see the 7-minute Odyssey sequence. And I gotta say, that 7-minute Odyssey sequence is probably the best action sequence I have seen in any fucking movie. No spoilers to that, but wow, I can't wait for The Odyssey next year, and that is obviously going to win Best Picture next year, or it'll be Disclosure Day or Digger with Tom Cruise. That's the name of that. Anyway, back to Avatar: Fire and Ash. This movie, James Cameron has spent 25 years doing these 3 movies, and unless this movie makes a certain amount of money, I don't know if we're getting 4 or 5 or 4. Like, the movie ends pretty, concretely. There's only one cliffhanger about it, and also, I just wanna go through it. I've seen these Avatar movies so many times. Outside Jake Sully and Spider, I cannot remember the names of any of the characters, right? So, Sigourney Weaver, is the Immaculate Conception child that was, like, birth. You know that Zoe Saldana is Jake Sully's wife, and you know that Stephen Lang is the colonel guy who's the villain. There's some child that Jake Sully has, the one that didn't get killed, I don't know his name, so we're just gonna say son 1, and then there's son 2, which is the little kid, and then there's the sea people. There's one who kinda I'm just gonna call Moana and her husband, and then there's all the talking whales that have the Botox that makes you look young forever, and that's why the humans are here. There's also, um uh, what is it? Lead evil scientist, a new lead evil scientist, and a new, evil general. I do not know their names, so I just will go evil scientist and evil general. There is also the main villain, which is the fire lady, and I'm trying to remember the fire lady. Oh, her name is Varang. Okay, so there we go. The fire lady, who, by the way, is absolutely fucking batshit crazy and a sociopath, and you feel her obscene nonsense. Like, because the allegories in this movie are pretty simple. So, Jake Sully's avatar people, which were in the trees, are basically an allegory for Catholicism. The water people seem to be an allegory for Judaism. This movie has a lot of shit stuff. And the humans are colonizers. So we have this aspect because the way the 3 tribes react around the god in Avatar, because as you know, the Immaculate Conception child um can like talk to, yeah, to talk to the fucking Iwa, right? They all, like, have some type of belief of Iwa, but different in the very ways that are similar to Catholicism, Judaism, and Muslim. But, yeah. So the movie picks up literally right after the second movie. Like, literally, it is after. There is no time jump or anything. There may be, like, a 2-day time jump. And we're going to the whales are doing a court martial for the one whale that came back and helped them because the Botox whales are not allowed to hurt people. So they banished the Botox whale. And Spider's mask, by the way, there's too much fucking Spider in this movie. Way too much Spider. And this is like the major flaw because that kid cannot act. I'm sorry. And the whole shit with him is just so fucking annoying. And Zoe tells Saldana's character has a funny, oh, that's right, Pink Me. That's what they keep calling him, Pink Me. Zoe Saldana is, we like learn in this movie, she really fucking hates Spider and wants to kill him, but she also really loathes her children because she doesn't view the children as actual Navi. She views them as mutts because they're all half human, and that's why they get things wrong because they're not truly in touch with Pandora and all the other shit. So the whale gets kicked out. The Son one is very upset because he's like bonded with that whale. Then the air traders come, which we learn, I guess, is the fourth tribe in Avatar. Because I'm confused. There's the water tribe, or they're like an earth, whatever. There's this air trader tribe that is here that is like, we'll smuggle the boy back to the scientists because he can't live with them and all the other shit. The family fights about it because they want to go with him, so they all go with him. And the water people still don't wanna use, modern technology because it ruins the soul or some type of bullshit. So now we are on these air balloons that look like something from World of Warcraft because 'cause they're a trade thing. I guess they're a trading tribe, and we meet the Fire Nation attacks, led by Varna? But gotta get this right. Ver What the fuck is her name? Varang. I gotta get that. Varang. And immediately they use fire, and not only that, they set themselves on fire and they suicide bomb the balloons, and it's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, Stephen Lang on the scout saw that Jake Sully and them are on these flying balloons, so he sends out a team to get it because they're like, we gotta get Spider, we gotta get Jake Sully. That happens. The flying balloons all crash because of the suicide bombers, and now they're in the forest, and Jake is really injured, and all the kids are together, and they're running from shit, and they see how crazy and feral the Fire Nation people are. Varang does this crazy shit where she plugs in her USB hair into other people and like rips their soul out, and then she cuts their USB off and they die instantly. She is a fucking absolute menace. So that happens. Stephen Lang then finds Jake Sully and ties him up, and he's also with another Avatar person. And Jake's like, yo, we have to find Spider and the kids because these fire people are crazy. And they see how fucking crazy the fire people are because even Stephen Lang is like, holy shit. There's this sequence where they're like going down a canal or a water, some type of water, like what is it? A river raft, right? And with the fucking 3D at the IMAX, you feel like you're drowning with them, like they're barely above head the way it's shot. It's fucking insane. So that happens, and Spider's mask is broken. And they're still trying to run, and Spider's about to die. And then Sigourney Weaver plugs in her USB hair into the ground, and it allows some parasite to bond with Spider, so now he can breathe in Pandora. And Jake Sully and Stephen Lang find and see them, and they're like shocked that he can breathe, and they're like, that's the least of our worries. The fire people are about to fucking kidnap them. The fire people are insane because like seems like it's like, fuck Jake, me and you gotta work together in order to stop the fire person. They do, and they all run together. They're just all escaping from the fire people. Then, what is it? Oh, Zoe Saldana comes and rescues them, and Stephen Lang runs away, and the fire people are just angry. So they then end up at the science base camp from the first two movies, and they study that Spider is like a new person, and what is it called? And all that shit happens. Then we cut to the military part, and Stephen Lang explains, like, "Spider can breathe the air here, we have to capture him," and he goes and meets the fire people and teaches them about guns and a bunch of other shit. Then we get the most sexual sequence in the Avatar movies where she drugs like, first he, like, is sniping some of the fire people away, comrade. They go into the thing, and she drugs him, and she's like, "I'll use you for pleasure." And, "Ooh, I think I'll enjoy that, but that's not why I'm here. I need your help to find Jake Sully and the boy." And we learn about the witch powers that the Fire Nation has, and it's kind of crazy because it's this entire 10-minute sequence. They were like, "Oh, are they gonna fuck? Are we gonna watch some Na'vi fuck?" And it's crazy. And then she explains the differences of the belief of Ewa that they have from the water tribe and whatever the first tribe is from in the first movie, and why they're more feral and savages compared to the other people. And Stephen Lang really digs that. And then I guess they fuck. So then we're back to the Water Nation, and everyone's like, "How come Spider can breathe the air?" and a bunch of other shit. And the pregnant lady who's, like, the queen of it, like, she, is fucking very pregnant. She's about to give birth, you know? And the girlfriend of of Son 1, they're all talking, and they're fighting, and Jake is like, "This is why you're bad. You lose all your stuff. You're not good at at the things," and shit happens. So Son 1 leaves to go find the Botox whale that he was friends with, and then the girlfriend and the 2 brothers of the girlfriend follow afterwards. Also, Zoe Saldana is really hurt. Yeah, she's really hurt. Her arm is, like, broken, and this is the whole thing because she doesn't wanna use technology to heal it. Oh, and then Jake and her have a fight about it because 'cause they're like, "I wanna kill that fucking piece." She wants to kill Spider, and she's like, "I hate pink meat," or whatever, very and Jake is like, "So you hate me? You hate your children?" And she's like, "Yes, I do." Crazy. So then what happens is, um, Stephen Lang and the Fire Nation go to the Water Nation, and they outnumber them, and they're like, "You give us Jake, or we're gonna blow everything up." And they blow some stuff up, Jake surrenders, and they take Jake. Then this is the first time we see the city where humans are living on Pandora, and it basically looks like the mining town from Alien Covenant, the Alien movie that came out last year, and, like, all the press is there, and they're like, "Jake Sully, a traitor." You know, ruiner of our life, and then they see that Spider, because they take Spider as well, that Spider can breathe, and they begin, like, reverse engineering this situation on that. So that happens. Then Zoe Saldana finds a fire tribe, kills them, takes the paint, and breaks into the city because they have RID readers so they don't get tracked, and this marine biologist guy is like, "You can't hurt the Botox whales because they're spiritual," or some bullshit. And he kinda breaks Jake out, and that happens. So Spire, Jake, and go back to the Water Nation. Lush, yeah, that happens. Crazy sequence. They find the oh, that's right. Son 1 finds the Botox whale, and they talk that all his family is dead except for 1, and that happens, and then they begin to head back to the water town. Right. Jake and them make it back to the water. Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like I'm missing some shit here. Oh, the Colonel Army chick is really mad at Stephen Lang. It's like, "You're a traitor to your race. You think you're having fun fucking that crazy witch?" Or some shit like that. Lot of stuff is happening here. So that happens. Everyone's back at the Water Nation. And Jake is like, "We have to unite the clans because they're gonna come for us." So he gets all the fucking Avatar people, well, the Na'vi, except for the Fire Nation. And then he gets the whales to a whale summit, and the whales hear the whale that they kicked out that they have to fight together or else we're all gonna die. So the whales are like, "Okay," and they come up with a plan. So that happens. The fire people attack, and we have a 9-month pregnant Na'vi ready to go into battle. She dies during the battle, but gives birth, and Zoe Saldana helps her give birth, and we see what a Na'vi birth looks like, and now the Sully family has another kid. Lot of fighting, they keep getting captured, but they don't get captured, and Stephen Lang is this, and the fire people keep suicide bombing, and a lot more fights, and this, and then yeah, right? The fire lady escapes, by the way. So that's like the cliffhanger. So I guess the fire lady escapes, and What the fuck? I'm sorry, this is a 4-hour movie. It's very hard to remember everything that happens, but the sequence is crazy with all the flying shit and the sea monsters and all of it. It's very cool. You're very immersed in this movie. And I will probably see this movie again just so I can see the Odyssey scene again, because that's a lot. Um, the sex, the birth. Oh yeah, Spider. Oh yeah, Spider and Sigourney Weaver, baby, the little one hook up with the mask now gone, which is crazy. Like human on blue people sex that happens in this movie. Oh, so that's right. So Mini Sigourney Weaver plugs in her USB to the tree, the underwater tree, and we see what Ava looks like, the god, and it's like just the giant Phantom of the Opera white mask. That's what the god looks like, and she blesses the power, some immense power to her, so all the animals all over Pandora come and save the day. So that happens. Yeah, crazy shit. Oh, this the sister, the girlfriend of Son 1, her brothers die in battle. A lot of people die in battle because 'cause they're beginning to lose, and but then they win. And then Stephen Lang dies in the final fight because Spider almost falls off the mountain, but Spider is saved by Jake, and it seems like, "We're not doing this anymore, I quit." Boom. So that happens, and then we time jump again, and everyone is in the after we see everyone in the afterworld together, like human Sigourney Weaver, the son that died in the first movie, all the friends that died, and they're like, "Spider, you're one of us now." Oh, that's right, Jake was gonna kill Spider because they're like, if they reverse engineer, I forgot about that. See, there's a lot of shit in this movie, a lot of shit, but that is what happens in this movie. The allegories between the 3 main religions and why they are all at beef with each other, the humans being colonizers in a real way, it just ruined everything. Navi birth, Navi sex, it is what it is.